That's glued in there pretty good. It's pretty stiff, but I don't like how it's strong, but it's not strong enough. I'm gonna get a piece of scrap and block it in here and just get something to put in there as a block of some sort to add some support in here, just to make sure that that's not going anywhere, because the leading edge is going to be wrapped around here, but it's going to be cut out right there, and then it'll continue on here. So right in there, there's going to be nothing here holding that in there. So I want to make sure that that's good and strong. And started hammering out some min-waxing of the rudder, not the rudder, the flap. Now, a couple questions or a couple comments. I diluted it about 1 to 10, put it everywhere. What I did, and I've asked before whether or not to spray it on, to brush it on, I brushed it on. But in the flaps, we're going to drill holes in each bay to let any water that gets in here go down and go out of the hole. That's fine. In humid conditions, you're going to have obviously more water in the air. You're going to have more of a need to varnish the heck out of this thing. So it's the little places, like back in there, all the grooves for your on your caps, get in those grooves and get right back in there. I tilted this, I plastered it on and tilted this flap every way and around so that the oil, or whatever the varnish sinks right into those cracks, gets in back behind there, and on the upside of the caps as well. So up there. Now in Alberta, where it's as dry as a popcorn fart, it might not matter. But if you're on the coast, or if you're in the south, where it's really humid, that moisture is going to sink into everything, I'm assuming, including up into the cracks there. So just make sure you get all of that done. Another question on the flaps. They're going to be completely covered with a nice piece of wood all the way around. It's going to be plywood. Are people just painting the outside, or will they varnish it and cover it with fabric? Or do they paint it and cover it with fabric? That one corner where this little thing is going to be a pain in the butt if you ever want to cover that with fabric. But painting it would work just as well. What have people done with their flaps, either painting or covering with fabric and doing the painting on top of the fabric as you do the entire wing? Same thing with the geodecks. I started getting going here with the varnishing. It's going to be a lot of work. That's why I was thinking about spraying it as well, just to get in all of those little tiny cracks down in there. So I'm going to do the top layer of the top surface let it dry so I can get my hands in there, do the bottom layer, or the top layer of the bottom surface, do the ribs on both sides, all those little cracks on the ribs, on the caps, get in there, top and bottom. So getting in there is a real pain in the butt. I'm wondering if it's not easier to varnish the ribs beforehand, but then of course you'd have to go and sand on the surface where you're going to have the geodetics cross. Then flip the wing, do the top surface of the bottom surface, and then the bottom surface of the top, just to make sure you get everything. Any comments, questions there? We'll see what's going on. I've got the aileron set up. I don't know what was my last video. It's been so long ago. I've forgotten where I am. I'm just going to build a little doohickey to fill that in so it's one piece. And then I was thinking of just putting a piece right over top of that, just maybe from there back to build that complete, or just wrap the fabric right around there as well. With that, it's nice because the fabric, if I had the wood to there, the fabric could wrap around here and kind of stop there. You're going to have to hang it out a little bit more here to do this part of it. So I was just thinking about that. But there, she's getting there. I might put T's on here to reinforce this. Today I'm still gonna need the geodetic across the front two bays here. So that's easy enough to do, just 1, 2 there and on the end. That's why I was thinking about doing the T's on this to strengthen it, but I can't even budge that. There's no way it's gonna move from any fabric. That's ridiculous. I might do the one strip down here to strengthen this, although I don't think it's needed at all, but I'll put that in to strengthen that. I think there's no need for it, but I'll do that. And yeah, she's coming along. I've seen rib or flaps with one piano hinge all the way along. I'm doing it from scratch. Any suggestions on the type of hinges to get, and where do you get your hinges from? That's another question. If you don't buy it from the kit, is there a specific type of hinge that is better than others, or just get a hinge from Aircraft Spruce or whatever? All right, that's it for today. We'll let that set up. I'll see if anyone answers any of my questions. But I've got the one coat on there now. I'll let that dry. I'll stick on another coat afterwards. This isn't a beauty contest with this Vera thing. This is just for protection. So slop it on, whitewash it in there, and then it doesn't really matter how gorgeous it is because no one will ever see that. But it has to get into all those cracks and crevices to be effective. All right.